Good evening. Well, welcome back to one of my vlogs. This one, I finally can show you about our chest of drawers that arrived, because on my last vlog, I filmed so much in terms of blabbing on about content ideas that I completely ran out of time to be able to actually film the chest of drawers in the same video. So I've split it up. So this is actually part 2 for this week. If you haven't seen the first one, feel free to go back and watch it. It was the very last one that I posted, but you don't need it for context. But basically, we recently had some chest of drawers arrive for our bedroom. Now, the way it had been set up before, we had 2 bedside tables. Mine was like an old IKEA one, and my partner's was, I don't even know where it was from, which was an old one. So neither of them matched. They were really small. His had 1 drawer, mine had 2, which meant we also didn't have chest of drawers. And we were debating on what to do in terms of what kind of furniture. Do we go for 2 small chest of drawers, 2 small bedside tables and then a big chest of drawers, or do we do 2 sort of small chest of drawers? So if you don't know who I am and this is your first time coming across my videos, my name is Nyssa and I have been vlogging life in our new build, which means that we're only 4 months in, and as you can see, there's no decoration. There's no walls painted, no wallpaper, nothing. We still can't decorate yet. We've got another few months to go. But without further ado, let me show you the chest of drawers. Okay, well, here we have it. They're finally here. They're installed, and we actually have some storage in our bedroom. And I don't know if you can really tell in this angle. Let me zoom out. It kind of feels like it's made the room feel a little bit bigger. It might not look like it on camera, but it does in person. It makes it feel a lot wider, which is really nice. And some of the decoration plans that we've had, we're millennials, we're in the paneling phase, and we kind of want to do some paneling up here, maybe with like a bit of a ledge, so that we can do some photos and things like that and put some pictures up. If not, it's probably going to be full paneling, or we've even thought about doing like a panel with a bit of patterned wallpaper in over where the chest of drawers sit, or perhaps even like mirrors. There's lots of options that we can do with this room in terms of decorating, so that we can make it look a little bit more interesting. But for now, let me show you the chest of drawers. So we went with some from, I think it was Julian Bowen, and we got them from through Argos. Actually, they were in the Black Friday sale. They are oak, so they have a really nice feel to them. I don't think it's veneer. They do feel like oak. They feel quite solid, which is lovely. And the way that they sort of like pull out is so smooth. It's really, really nice. They're not too deep of a drawer, but it's deep enough that you can get like a nice layer of like undies and socks in and not have too much of a gap at the top. So if you're planning on sort of putting clothes in these, if you were to get something like this, you could probably get some in, but you'd be sort of a bit more limited on sort of the height of the drawer. But that's kind of like the depth. They're beautiful. And they actually came with like oak handles here, but we went to being cute and got these really nice sort of antique look brass ones instead. So these guys, I think they're about 80 centimeters wide, which is great for this size of room because this one fits in really snugly. But then this one has actually got a bit of a gap. So if you want to, we can kind of center it a little bit more and make sure that everything's nice and even on each side. Also, if you're wondering where we got these lamps from, these are IKEA, and the bed frame is from Barker and Stonehouse, and the bed frame is actually really old. It's about 15 years old now, but it's solid oak and it stood the test of time. So I kind of wanted some bedside tables / chest of drawers that would fit in really nicely because the bed's oak, and then this one is also oak, but it's a slightly lighter oak. Not a huge amount, but it is oak. So we're going to go with the wood theme and then we'll decorate the room how we see fit. I'm still undecided about whether or not to do curtains here because I would love to do curtains. I think that would be great. So as usual, home-wise, there's always going to be like issues. I find when, sorry, there's some fluff on the floor. There's always going to be issues that you run into, and ours seem to be that either something breaks or something's missing when you get it. So one of our chest of drawers, I think it's my chest of drawer on my side, didn't come with a particular screw. So Danny had to buy some and like cut them down just to make sure that everything could go in properly. And then with his, oh, I can actually show you this. One of the front pieces, the panel popped out. So you'll see just down here, there's a hole because the dowel went straight through. So they've obviously bored like a hole a bit too deep. Hello, Daisy. Which is really unfortunate because he was just having a moment of what else is going to go wrong, and like, can we please get a piece of furniture that's just fine? If you don't know as well, one of my previous videos, we had our table delivered and the installers damaged it on installation, so we have to wait another 16 weeks for a replacement table. So that's kind of like, we seem to have some furniture issues occasionally. Oops. Which is not fun for anybody, but hopefully, now I messaged the team earlier this week and they are going to send us out replacement pieces, which is fantastic, and they're going to get delivered to my parents' house, which they're overjoyed about, because they have to stay in while they get delivery because we're not home usually. So yeah, they're going to get the delivery. Hopefully, if that's all set, that means we can replace the front panel and any missing screws or anything that we've had to sort of like salvage from other pieces of furniture, we can replace with the proper screws. So hopefully within about a week or so, we should have everything fixed and tidied away with the chest of drawers, which will be amazing. In terms of like other projects, I don't know that we've really got any other projects for the house before Christmas because we're very close to Christmas now. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to sit down, sort of figure out what our next decorating priorities are going to be. I feel like, I don't know. There's a couple of like little things we'd love to finish off. Like I would love to have like a bathroom mirror. We'd love to convert part of the understairs into like a pop-out drawer for storage. I would love to set up the study a little bit more, have some bookcases. So I feel like, actually, I think that was what we decided to do next. I think we have decided to tackle the study because at the moment it's just like a massive blank room and we've got loads of storage still, stuff still sat in storage in terms of like boxes and things, and it's kind of strewn about in different places. So we've got some in the study, some in the spare room, and then I've got quite a lot in the garage. So it would be really nice to be able to get some bookcases up. So I think over the Christmas period, we're going to sit down, do some budgeting, work out our finances, and we're going to plan for that to be our next project. That one could be a simple project depending on how far we want to go with it, but it could also be quite an expensive project. So we will see how intense we want to go with it, because ideally, in an ideal world, we want to take up the carpet, put down laminate so that the chairs have something decent to roll on. We want to put up, like, maybe paint it dark or paint it, not dark, but like give it a bit of character, and maybe even put up some wallpaper. And then we want to have almost like built-in bookcases with like desks in between. So it's quite a big project. We will see how much we want to spend and how much time we have to do that project, and if we can, do it fully, that would be great. But if not, we might just have to do it in stages. It just kind of depends what happens and what our priorities are, because we want to do other things, like we want to go on holiday and we still want to decorate the living room, give that a bit more color and a bit more life. I think that's one of the hardest things that people don't tell you really, or they don't really discuss. They always say like, it's a new build, it's going to take time, but it's hard to sort of determine what you should prioritize and what you're gonna need to do, and it's going to depend on the individual really, because you kind of want to do everything. You want, you know, you've got ideas for everything and you want to do everything, but you don't necessarily have the budget or the time or the means to be able to do everything at once. So it's just about priorities. So that's something that we're going to think about. For now, I am going to go downstairs, cook tea, probably edit this video and get it posted, because I'm posting it on the day that I'm filming it, which isn't like me. Usually I'm quite ahead with these things. So I had a chat with one of my colleagues today because she works in like digital media, and I was like, I think I'm being a bit too ambitious by trying to do 2 videos a week. So I'm going to go back down to 1, and I'm going to stick with Thursdays because it gives me more time to edit. And it also gives me more time to put together a proper video for you guys, so that you're not feeling like I'm rushing it and giving you less valuable information. I want to be able to give you valuable information. So I'm gonna, over the next few weeks, I'm planning a little bit more to do with my videos, so that whatever I can produce is good quality, basically. So yeah, I'd say the past couple of months, with the chaos of getting a new puppy and having my like whole routine thrown out the window and having to redo that, figure it out and get myself organized, it's sort of put a lot of different things into perspective, and I've had a really good think about what I want to do priority wise. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with this, but that's a little bit of insight. So yeah, I will be going back down to 1 video a week, and I'm going to try and make it a good quality video for you guys and really think about the content that I'm putting out there, so that you're not just following along out of interest, you're actually hopefully finding things useful as well. But that's it for tonight. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it, and I hope you're excited for what's to come as well. Have a good night.